Hello everyone, the eclipses are happening September, October 24, but this time Mongala is in a virtual sandwich between both the lunar and the solar eclipse. He's going to force everyone to take some action. What's the time scale for this? When should you take action? When should you hold back? That's what I'm going to talk about on this video. If you're new to my channel, of course, don't forget to sub below. And if the video is good and helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's go. A quick look at the visibility, everybody. The partial lunar eclipse takes place the 17th, 18th of September 24. Some of it visible North America, South America, Europe, Africa, parts of Asia. And the annular solar eclipse, 2nd of October, visible tip of South America. But you know, visibility is not the thing. Astrological factors are not dependent on that, as we're going to see. And I would advise any case not to view any eclipses, lunar or solar. If you can avoid it, it is actually not auspicious to do so. Before the astrology, though, let's look at the time scale. This is really important. When will you feel the pressure? When will these events happen? And for how long will they influence you? Well, the lunar eclipse happens on the 17th, 18th of September, just shortly after I publish this video. And the thing is that already many of you feel this pressure, that you have to complete something, that you have to finish something which is not finished. Tying up loose ends, it's becoming very pressured to achieve this, many people. Still around the exact dates, near to there, 16, 17, 18, something comes up. Some unexpected factor maybe, or not unexpected, but it's emotional. The thing is, you finally get that feeling of done and dusted, and it's emotional. It's a letting go. It's a finalizing something, parting with the past feeling, and that's a good thing. So lunar eclipse can have many positive factors, but expect emotional conversations to happen, emotional moments around 17th, 18th of September. And because lunar eclipse is revealing something that was hidden, very often you get new information near to this time. But it just further confirms that you have to move on now. That's the point. But the solar eclipse happening 2nd of October exactly, Sun is absolutely eclipsed here. So light is eclipsed. Something unexpected happens. It normally goes like this. Something which you didn't expect to happen happens, or something you were expecting to happen doesn't happen. Something like that. Now, timescale wise, solar eclipse factors can happen anytime in between middle of September and 2nd of October. Thing is, it will put you on a back footing. Oh, what do I do now? That's the feeling. What you do is nothing, because the sun is eclipsed. Light has been eclipsed. Knowledge is not there. People become phobic, fearful, full of anxiety. Don't be. Just go with the flow. Don't try to change it. As I'm going to show you by the astrology this time, there's a big impulse, solar eclipse, to push it out of the way, but you can't, because you don't have all the information. All of these unexpected, difficult factors will definitely cool down in a few months. At the latest, by March 25, you'll have sorted it. You'll have finally come to grips with it, and it will seem much more manageable. You see, everybody, a solar eclipse every time is a message of a new direction. You didn't want to go in this direction. Maybe you didn't even think about going in this direction, but slowly you will understand it is the right direction for you. So it's very important to keep this in mind. Let's see the astrology, everybody. 17th, 18th of September, the moon is with Rahu in Pisces, and we have a lunar eclipse occurring. Venus is with South Node here with the sun, so it's a big emotional factor. Lots of lunar energy, Venetian energy. It's very emotional. And here we have Mongala, of course, sandwiched in between the two, not having his aspect directly onto the moon. Definitely, though, he is aspecting here onto Venus, Ketu, and the sun. So Mongol is pushing everyone to say goodbye to the past. K2 is past. Wrap it up. Settle it. Money matters may be involved. Venus represents many monetary factors, love affairs, some people. It all depends what is Venus in your chart. But here's the thing. You've got to wrap it all up now. And this lunar eclipse is the time when you get the definite push to do that. And this is a positive thing generally. Now, the eclipse takes place in Pisces, and Jupiter is here, of course, third away, meaning that important emotional conversations happen as well. Once again, these are things which have needed to be said for quite some time. And Rahu eclipses, of course, from Uttara Bhadra Nakshatra, which is in the middle of Pisces, and Saturn is the Lord behind in Aquarius. You're being pushed in a way to sort this. Saturn says that this can't go on anymore. This has got to be sorted now. He's retrograde, super powerful in his Multricone sign. So, sure but steady, cautious maybe about doing this. Wrap everything up. Don't be afraid. Saturn gives a little bit of fear to this eclipse. There's no need for that. It's time to move on from some situation. That's a definite message. On the world stage, just like in personal affairs, this Mongol aspect here, you see it's in between the eclipse, but having its full drishti, Mongola's drishti onto K2. This is violence. This is completion. This will affect war zone because Mongol is always about war. So in all situations where there is conflict, war, expect sudden and dramatic developments will certainly take place. Now, as I said previously, just now, this affects particularly Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, these mutable signs. And these are the signs on the Kendra houses of Ukraine chart, where we have Sagittarius ascendant. Of course, Mongol is in 7th house, difficult house for Mars, and he's depending on these two partners as it were. He's bringing on board. He's in a T-square situation, putting pressure here, pressure here. We can imagine how this is in the actual world stage. But you see, Mongol is in a very weakened situation here, so things could go not according to plan. We have to see, but one thing for sure, the full ramifications of this situation for Ukraine won't come until solar eclipse happening 2 weeks from now. Once that's all done and dusted, though, lunar eclipse, we come into another energy. Slowly the moon decreases until he reaches with the sun into Virgo, moving this way, where Mercury will be there and he will be eclipsed. So sun moon eclipse happening in Virgo on the 2nd of October. But now, this is the thing. This is something really sudden. Why? Because this time, Mongol is having his full aspect onto the actual eclipse itself. Here is Mars, and as you can see, his 4th aspect is directly onto this eclipse point. And indeed, he is 10 houses away. From that point, his influence is absolutely strong because 10 away means that Mars has attained Digbala strength. This is going to be quite a strong event. Of course, how it's working in your personal life changes according to moon ascendant. But the thing is, Mars is aggressive, forceful, pushing here, and he's in Gemini, giving fast, swift, unexpected messages, communications. There could be arguments, fights, all sorts of, oh no, I'm not having this, thank you. And so many people get very agitated during this solar eclipse. This forceful effect of Mongol is dangerous because communication becomes blocked or argumentative or even some people violent. You've got to keep yourself calm and don't react to other people. Mercury has the information, but he's combusted. He's all blocked. He is the dispositor of the eclipse and he can't do anything in this situation. And the signs most aspected are the mutable signs, Virgo signs, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. These signs, moon and ascendant, You're being pushed. You're being forced to take this new direction, even if you don't want to. That's all right. It's a good thing. You don't think so now, but by spring next year, you will definitely do so. The same for everybody else in a way, but that sort of indecision mightn't have been there. These signs are suffering from this Mangala pressure, definitely. So up to 2nd of October, the definite feeling of something changing that you didn't expect to change. That's okay. Go with the flow. By March 25, it has settled into something far more productive than you could ever imagine. World affairs up until 2nd of October, don't forget, isn't going to happen bang on that date, but end of September, culminating on 2nd of October. This eclipse is really dramatic. Mangala is warfare. Just look at this. 10 houses away from the eclipse. I have just explained. This is Digbala. This is total control. This is Mangala ruling the sky at this solar eclipse. What sign? He's in Gemini. All talk. Is it all talk, no action? Is it threat after threat, or will something happen? It's going to be a bit of a scary time because Mangala is in this warlike, determined mood to do something unexpected. That's what he wants to do. That's the aim here. And I've just spoken about Ukraine has Sagittarius ascendant. So this is the 7th house of the Ukraine chart. 7th house is enemy, warfare. Mangala is there making threats, making really dramatic threats, scary threats. What's going to happen? Solar eclipse means it's not what it seems. So what is expected to happen won't happen. What is not expected will happen. It's going to be something unknown, but it's a very scary sort of knife edge situation. This Mangala so strong, dominating the whole sky. You can see it by this horoscope. And in fact, it is only 6 months from now, in March 25, that the full ramifications of this setup come into play. So fingers crossed it will keep itself under control. That's the thing. Is there any planetary factor helping? Guru could help. He's aspecting 5th aspect to this eclipse. That's a good thing, helpful, but he's not in a strong sign and he's behind Mars. That's a problem. Any planet behind Mangala turns around and shoots, literally, metaphorically. Mars doesn't like any planet in the 12th from his position. He will destroy it. So peace is not easy to achieve. It's a knife edge. We've got to sit this out. We've definitely got to not make things worse. That's the point. How to use the readings, everybody. Vedic astrology, sidereal horoscope only. Find your ascending sign and your moon sign. Read from both. If you don't know what they are, try the link below to a website, Deva Guru. Put in your birth data and bring up moon and ascendant for yourself. Aries moon, Aries ascendant. Time to sort out these long-term health problems or problems in the workplace. Litigation problems, some people as well. Something is pushing you now to make these big changes. Don't be afraid. Some of you need medical help, even hospitalization. Occasionally, maybe they'll go with it. Don't be afraid to sort these long-standing problems out now. Now is the time. So a few restless nights, definitely anxiety. You're feeling buzzing actually because your Lord Mangala is in the 3rd house. You're full of energy, mental energy, physical energy. You could tire yourself out. That is where you could have accidents, mishaps. Be cautious during this time. 12th house lunar eclipse. Overspending could happen. Watch losses here. But it's a positive time because of Mangala's aspect to this K2 to clear debts. Outstanding debts now. You know you've got to sort them. Now is the time. And then the solar eclipse comes and you feel like all of your plans are going up in smoke because some unexpected curveball comes into the workplace situation, health issues, pets, maybe some people, or there's some quarrel going on in your workplace and you are bang in the middle of it. That's okay. Let it be. It's something which is pushing you into the right direction, definitely. So if you've had interviews, presentations, things like that, you are very forcefully doing things now, very, very strongly presenting things to other people, but you mightn't get the expected result. Something else happens than you expect it to happen, but it's the right thing. By March next year, you will know that all of these workplace stresses have been resolved. But at the time, now, you didn't see it because it wasn't what you expected to happen. Health issues come up again, and Mangala, your Lord's full on here. Let me change this, deal with it, do something. Take it slow. Change diet, definitely. Make some exercise changes. All of these practical things Mars gives you tremendous energy for. This is good. But it's going to take a few months to actually sort out some of these health issues. So take it slow. Middle ground, middle way. No extremes is the definite path forward for Aries moon and ascendant during this eclipse season. Taurus moon ascendant, these are good eclipses for you because Rahu, Ketu are in favorable houses here. It's emotional, dealing with financial factors now. Mars is influencing these eclipses. Money's coming your way. Big money. Some of you, or money which is owed to you. That's the thing. But what do you do with the money? How do you settle financial situations, income? All of this is causing you a bit of a headache. 17th, 18th of September, something is clarified. You finally cut with the past. You finally decide, this is my new income, this is my new job, this is my new investment, whatever it is, this is what I'm definitely going to do, and that's a good thing. But after that, 2nd of October, solar eclipse is a bit disturbing because children, if you should have them, are having problems, sudden events. If you are student, educational course, some curveballs there. Have you made a mistake? Are you on the wrong course? And even love affairs, romantic affairs come under stress at this solar eclipse. But in all these instances, whether it's love affairs, whether it's children, whether it's education course, you don't have all the facts. What seems to be happening isn't happening. There's hidden factors involved. So don't make big moves, sudden decisions. Don't become too anxious. Stay with everything patiently. And you will see definitely by March 25 at the latest, it is all sorted out perfectly. For Gemini moon, Gemini ascendant, these eclipses are setting off home-life balance. Your home, your career, maybe your home space, domestic life, and your career space as well. Something is switching in between them. There's an imbalance and you've got to sort it now. Check the beginning of the video, what I said about these eclipses. I'm just summing it up here. Don't forget, beginning of the video, all the details. Mangala's in your sign. You're making snap decision. You're going to do what you have to do. These home affairs can't go on anymore without being sorted. But the eclipse happens in the 10th house of your chart. So these home affair changes, maybe office space, something such as that. Work-life balance changes. Working from home, working from the office, changing the job. Now is the moment. You've got to make the decision. Strange though, because now you've made the decision, there's a curveball. Up until the 2nd of October, you're thinking, oh no, what is this? Because now solar eclipse is going to happen in the 4th house of your chart. So something unexpected with home affairs, domestic affairs, landed interest, property interest, office space maybe, premises of your business, anything such as that. You didn't expect this. Now what do? What you do is you don't get aggressive. Tendency is to fight it out, shout, make a scene, try to move it. But it's a brick wall just now. It's a solar eclipse, Gemini. Stay with it. Stay patient. Don't become irritated. You'll become mightily irritated during this solar eclipse. You're going to be sparks flying, basically. Hold on with things. Things will be fine. It'll take some time, but by March 25, check beginning of the video, I spoke all about this. Things unravel, and this whole domestic chaos will be in your absolute favor. A Cancer moon, Cancer ascendant, both. You see, the moon is eclipsed and you get nervous. Every time there's a lunar eclipse, Cancers go a bit balmy, basically, because you have to make a sudden decision and it's all emotional. But as soon as you've made a decision, taken action, you will feel immediate relief, I promise you. Check what I said beginning of the video where I gave all the details of this lunar eclipse. So it's about education, perhaps. It's about foreign business. It's about anything to do with learning, knowledge, and sometimes philosophical system. You're changing whole direction. You're making a decision that will have far-reaching consequences. That's why it's making you so emotional. When you are speaking to teachers, lecturers, authority figures, boss, even superiors, father, it gets conflictual and a little bit upsetting. Listen to your own inner voice. You will make the correct decision. Then the solar eclipse comes in your third house and you doubt your decision. Have you made a mistake? Oh no, now what do I do? Something different is seemingly happening, but it isn't. It's just pressure from different people. Siblings perhaps having some issues, neighborhood concerns. It could be something, once again, foreign shores, because Mercury is here. You become really anxious during this solar eclipse, thinking that you've made a mistake. I reassure you, once again, you have not. The thing about solar eclipse, up until 2nd of October, so much going on. So many new communications, misleading communications from boss, workplace situation, neighbors even, siblings even, all confusing, all stressful. And you're falling back on yourself thinking, oh no, give me some space. That's a general feeling because Mangala continues in the 12th house of your chart. If you've not seen this video, Mars in Gemini, it's on my channel, check it out. It's really impacting this solar eclipse for Cancer moon and ascendant. So hold your peace. Don't have these sleepless nights, anxiety-fueled moments. It's all going to unpick itself. Everything is so confusing because all the information is not there. So you've made a decision, stick with it, you'll be fine. Don't let other people rock your boat around the 2nd of October. Leo moon and ascendant, financial situation needs sorting. Difficulties around wills, legacies, inheritance, some of you, or difficulties with financial security. Family issues are acute. Something around family needs to be talked about, finished, sorted, tying up loose ends now. There may be emotional conversations with your family. That's okay. You need to talk at this lunar eclipse. See, Mars remains in this competitive area, 11th house, work, colleagues, interviews, competition, and he's really having impact. Check the beginning of the video. You could make the change, get the job, make the move, but you've got to do it quick, and that's the thing. Because if you don't make that fast decision during this lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse seems to change the whole ball game. Now there's some unexpected pressure coming on here. Now there's some real unexpected change. You see, this solar eclipse is blocking Leo's plans again, and it makes you so frustrated. I've just made this big decision. Now it's all falling apart. No, it isn't. It just needs to be tweaked. It needs to be rearranged. So don't lose your temper. Watch your speech. Speech could go out of control, by the way. Mongol aspect second house, where the eclipse takes place. You could say something you seriously regret. Be cautious. And again, second house eclipse, your lord, don't forget, is being eclipsed. The sun makes you feel anxious, makes you feel insecure. So hold on to yourself. Watch your food intake. You could even eat something which is not good for you, causing you health issues. Stay calm. Take a deep breath. Don't react to other people. Family members, business partners, work colleagues especially can set you off. Be cautious. For Virgo moon and Virgo ascendant, it's happening in your relationship situation. Right now, there's a big conversation going on, or it's definitely going to happen 17th, 18th of September. It's emotional, cathartic, but you and your spouse have needed to have this talk for some time. Now is the moment. It's about talking to other people, whether it's spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, business partner, consultants, doctors, anybody who you consult, deal with, gives you advice, especially because Jupiter, Lord here, dispositor, is in the house of advisors. You're going to get good advice from some quarter during this time, but will you take it on board? That's the issue. You should definitely do so. Then all the doubts come up. Getting up to the 2nd of October, there's some curveball. It could be health issues. It could be lots of things, because you are feeling like you've got to do something different. You're not happy with this advice. That's the issue, but you should be. Mercury, your lord, is eclipsed. Don't forget that. Around the 2nd of October, or the week preceding, coming on to this solar eclipse, Virgo, you're not seeing things clearly. Your Lord is eclipsed. You are not seeing the full picture. So don't get yourself agitated. There are likely to be unexpected career issues with the boss, with the whole workplace situation, workload, because Mars is your 8th house lord. Suddenly it all seems too much. Suddenly you just can't cope. Suddenly it's like, why have I got to do all this? You haven't. You're taking too much on yourself. That's the issue. Even though it seems overwhelming now, by March 25, check beginning of the video, all of these sudden changes, pressures will unravel. They will seem not so bad, even pointing you in a whole new direction. So go with it, but share it. Share the burden. Don't take on everything on yourself. That's the key to this solar and indeed lunar eclipse cycle. For Libra moon, Libra ascendant, watch your health, because the whole eclipse is happening in the 6th house of your chart. But you see, Rahu's so good here. You've got a health issue and you're not sorting it. It can be happening anytime up to this time, and it's not being sorted. You are not paying attention to it. At the eclipse, you're going to finally do it, and you'll be glad that you did. Oh, there's some workplace stress, difficulty with a pet, small animal. Something's been building up for some time. Now you can't put it off anymore. Deal with it, sort it. Librans like to put things off a little bit, become indecisive. You've got to make decisive action about these stresses in your life. You'll know what it is. It's causing you stress, and you've got to deal with it now. You know how hard decisions are for you, Libra. So you've made the decision, and then the solar eclipse starts to build up. In the week preceding 2nd of October, suddenly there's some unexpected factor worrying you, causing you sleepless nights. This could definitely be health related, or it could be financial. It could be about losses financially. It can be definitely connected to spouse. Spouse could be having issues as well, and it's making you stress. But spouse is putting pressure onto you. That's the thing. Unexpected pressure. You normally absorb it, but right now it just feels a bit much. If you are traveling, if there is any foreign land business connection, it's going to be a whole curveball now, and it's going to be very surprising indeed. But it's not the end of business. It's not the end of your workplace situation, anything. It's all happening 12th house. These worries, these concerns are coming primarily from your inner lack of confidence, from your subconscious mind. Time to yourself during this solar eclipse. Meditation clarity is going to get you through it superbly. In fact, that's what solar eclipse is actually about for everybody. And it's so good for Libra moon ascendant. Take the time to yourself. Cut yourself off a little bit. I know it's hard. Have at least a few hours alone. You will feel less fearful, less anxious. And students starting a new educational course get big jitters now. Mangala from the education house aspects the 12th house. You become worried. You feel a bit cut off, lonely. Is this the right course for you anymore? Are these the right people? Is it all okay? It is. All of this is a momentary blip. Believe me, it's going to be fine. Rahu is so strong, 6th house. You can cope with all of this. You can get good learning. Stick with it. Take a deep breath. So deal with pets issues, health issues, workplace colleague issues. Deal with them slowly. Agree with others as you do. Venus in your 1st house is superb. People are listening to you. You are listening to others. You can get through this. Sharing everything. You're going to be fine. Just don't let the little nitty-gritty things of life get you down. That's what's happening. Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio moon, the eclipse happening in the 5th house of your chart. Lunar eclipse finally going to sort out some difficult situation about romantic affairs, some of you. Finish the relationship, start the relationship, make a proposal. It's all happening and you can't put it off anymore. But it's a crucial time because your Lord Mangala is affecting these eclipses. Check beginning of the video. He's making all the difference and he's in the 8th house. Big financial decisions, changes have to be made and you have to make them. On the education front, students could be making sudden decisions, changes around this time, but you have to do it. You can't put it off. Now's the time you have to change the course, choose something different, do something about a stuck education situation. Do it now. Now is the time. And if you have kids, children, you've got to make a decision about starting family or kids themselves maybe having issues. But the sooner that you sort it out, make a decision, sort the situation, all of the stress completely disappears. Once you've made these decisions, changes up until the 2nd of October, there's a sudden curveball and it's about workplace, colleagues, relationships with them or job interviews, competitive situations, something which you expected doesn't materialize or which you did not expect materializes in these areas. Friends could be having crisis, difficulty or elder sibling 11th house and you are called on to help. That's the issue. So the solar eclipse like a crisis situation for your friends, maybe siblings, sometimes work colleagues, and you are called on to sort it. That's a good thing. You've got a lot of power during this solar eclipse, but there is something unexpected, as I say. If you don't get the job you were looking for, don't get promotion, something blocks you with your financial situation even, that's okay. Don't fight it now. Let it be. You don't have all the information. Check what I said about the solar eclipse at the beginning of the video. Let it go because by March 25, you'll be in the absolute right place at the right time. Do not fear. Sagittarius, moon and ascendant. I spoke about this beginning of the video. Sagittarius, like Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, it's all happening for you in the Kendra boxes of your chart. Mangala here, aspecting this eclipse. Wow, it's a crisis point about home issues, workplace, and even relationships, some of you. You've got to make a decision. Is this home-work balance okay? I don't think it is. Either you need to go back to work in the office, you need to work from home. Something about home-work situation is out of balance, and some decision has to happen at this lunar eclipse. But it puts you into conflict with other people, potentially business partners, potentially anybody who you are confronting every day. And this makes you feel uneasy. That's the problem. Still, listen to your inner voice. That's the key. The worst scenario, you get into big confrontations with your spouse, partner, and the whole domestic scene becomes unbearably emotional. Listen to others. Don't get into confrontations. You can sort it. It is actually good to do so now. And no sooner have you made that decision, that was a good thing, by the way, but the solar eclipse happened in the 10th house. There's a curveball in the workspace, something you did not expect. Maybe boss, superior, changes happening there. Maybe the whole work plan is changed for you and it's not what you expected to get yourself into. So work changes, career changes coming unexpectedly up until 2nd of October. And business people, it's affecting you, affecting marketplace, because Mars aspects here. So these are sudden, unexpected curveballs that make you feel, now what do I do? And the answer is, check beginning of the video, nothing. You just go along with this because the full picture of these work changes is not obvious. Solar eclipse hides it all. It's not like it seems to be. That's what we can say for certain. Of course, if you are forced into sudden work changes, nothing you can do, go along with it. But if you have to make a decision based on these very uncertain events, wait. Because not until March, actually, 25, will this whole situation unravel. It will ease over time. It is not as bad as it seems to be. That's what we can say for certain. For Capricorn moon, Capricorn ascendant, this is a very empowering solar eclipse, lunar eclipse cycle for you, starting with the lunar eclipse, 17th, 18th of September. Watch your speech though, but your communication is so powerful at this time. You make a really big impression if you have interviews, job changes. You can make big decisions now, snap decisions. Well, not exactly snap decisions. Capricorns don't make snap decisions, but let's say you make a definite choice, which you know now is the right time to do it. Time for getting to grips with affairs which have been coming to crisis point. Health issues, maybe operations even. Mars is here. Definitely legal affairs, workplace stresses, and pets as well. Maybe having issues, but you sort them all. You make quick decisions which are the right decisions. Even students have to make sudden change about course, sudden decision. This way, that way. What do you do? 17th, 18th of September. Now is the time. Make the choice and don't fear about it. It is definitely the right direction. Because sorting out these long-standing issues, making these decisions is good, because by the 2nd of October, week before, sometimes something happens, curveball, unexpected, solar eclipse, darkness is here. What's going on? Father concerns, teachers, lecturers, gurus even, mentors, doctors, advisors, consultants. They're coming out with something unexpected and it throws you a little bit. But take it on board. It's not what it seems. That's the key. Mangala is aspecting here. You're going to challenge all of this. get a bit upset, become a bit angry. Don't be. It's going to be fine. Things are not what they seem at this solar eclipse culminating on the 2nd of October. So stay with your decision. Stay with the course. Stay with your path in life. You've not made a mistake. All of these strange events unravel over time, and by spring 25, you will know for certain things are definitely going to be okay. Aquarius ascendant, Aquarius moon, talk about declutter, talk about get rid of the excess in your life. You're going to be doing it big time around this lunar eclipse, 17th, 18th of September. In fact, you probably started it already. What are you chucking out? What are you getting rid of? All the things that are weighing you down. Don't forget Rahu in this second house, long-term transit, and the eclipses set it off. And Rahu is your lord. So this eclipse makes you think, I don't need so many things. I've got too many possessions, too many things, too much clutter in my life, and I've got to free myself of them. That's a good thing. But it isn't just possessions, it's bank accounts, savings, wills, legacies, family affairs. It's all chaotic, and you've got to make a final decision. Change it all, and this is the time, lunar eclipse, to make the absolute right decision about financial affairs. This is really empowering. And it's about food intake, diet. Are you on some diet? Is it the right diet? Are you making weight changes now? Some of you become very concerned about weight. Why? Because Saturn is in first house, makes you very concerned about weight issues, diet, definitely. So some big change has to happen with the diet now. You've got to make it. It's not working as it is supposed to do. Take advice, make the change. But the solar eclipse throws you a little bit. Up until 2nd of October, there's some curveball. There's some difficulty happening. This could be financial factors with spouse. It could be business financial problems. It could be workplace stresses throwing you off the course completely. Watch your health as well, especially if you are doing any sporting activities. Mongol aspects here from the 5th house. You could have sporting accidents. You could have mishaps. You could have problems with your kids now. They could also be having accidents, problems. Don't fear, it's going to unravel, cure itself, get sorted, even if it seems a bit stressful now. One thing I would say, financially, don't take a risk. Mongol is in the house of speculation, aspecting the solar eclipse in the house of stock market. Financial risk-taking is not advised during this solar eclipse or Aquarius moon and ascendant. For Pisces ascendant, Pisces moon, you see Rahu's eclipsing in the first house of your chart. This Rahu Pisces transit is empowering for you. It's a whole new direction in your life, but it means leaving past behind. Check what I said about leaving the past behind in my first analysis on this video, because it's definitely happening for you. And it's happening around home affairs where you're sorting out some mighty difficult problems there. Check the video on my channel, Mars Transit Gemini. But you've got to consult with others. You can't sort these difficult problems on your own. There could be neighborhood issues. Venus is your 3rd house lord, and he is involved in this lunar eclipse. Key here for you is don't argue, don't stress. Mongol is aspecting from a difficult house, 7th house. Don't get into spousal, relationship, arguments, business partner arguments. They could be tempting, even neighborhood arguments. Conciliate with everyone and stress level goes right down. It's really important to get yourself calm, because by the 2nd of October, even the week before, some unexpected curveball comes, throws you off a little bit. Where's it going to happen? Spouse could be having problems, making strange decisions, and it makes you very stressed. Business partner, just the same. There could be stresses with your pets because Sun is your 6th house lord. But all of these sudden curveball situations will be sorted, so don't let them throw you off course. And if you've got job interviews, competitive situations, they're going to be very, very interesting because Sun is being eclipsed. So your competitors, your rivals, your enemies, if you like, are being eclipsed. And this is actually helpful to you. So this unexpected development, especially business people take it on board, is going to open up opportunities for you over the next 6 months. Even if it seems not to be, that's what's going to happen. And of course, it will directly affect spousal situations. So with your spouse, keep on talking. Don't keep things under wraps. Don't let Saturn's fearful aspect in your 12th house make you afraid to speak your mind here. Don't get into domestic quarrels and all sorts of things like that. Be open with your spouse. They probably need you right now to be supporting them. That's the point. Check out Mongol Transit Gemini. It's affecting these eclipses. It's on your screen right now. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now, and God bless everyone.